In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly create wires. Alright, so in the last lesson we worked on our computer and we have this little clip ready to receive our wires, and we're going to just push them right up into the bracket here as if it's going into the bottom of the drone. So to get started with this, I'm going to use some shapes. So let's go to Create, Shapes, and let's use a line. Let's go to our front view, and I'm just going to left click and hold down Shift. I'm going to make a line straight up, and then I'm going to go off to the right here, still holding down Shift, and then I'm going to go up into the drone just like that, and then right click. Now let's go ahead and hit 1 on the keyboard and select all of those vertices, and we're going to right click and switch it to smooth on the line, and now what we'll get is this nice neat little wire. Now what I need to do is go ahead and move these vertices into position so that way it's not quite so stressed there. And I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to go to my perspective view. And let's grab these two vertices. Let's pull these forward. And I'm going to pull this one back a little bit in the Y. And then I'm going to push this into this area right here. Okay, so it looks like it's coming out of that. And it's looping up and going into the top here. I might want to pull that back just to relax that line some. So now I have this spline. And what I want to do is I want to take that spline and I want to make geometry out of it. Now I could use a loft function to do that, but the best and easiest way to do it, in my opinion, is to just go to the rendering section and tell it to enable in viewport. So now I get this nice neat little wire, but it's really a little bit too big. So what I need to do is adjust the thickness of that. So I'm just going to pull that down. And let's go ahead and pull it down to about 0.25. I think that'll be a good, nice number for that. And then we can adjust the amount of sides that we want. In this case, I'm okay with 12. Now, one thing that I'm not okay with is the amount of smoothness that I have. I have a little bit, I don't quite have enough, to be honest. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's go to maybe 12 and double that. So that'll make sure that it's nice and smooth. Also, let's go ahead and select this vertex right here at the bottom. And let's pull it down into that a little bit further. So now we have something nice and neat. Let's grab this vertex here. If you're having a hard time finding those vertices, hit F3 and you can see them through the geometry. And there we go. So now we have this wire. And now what I can do is I can come in and hold down Shift and I can make new wires. Let's turn off vertex mode. I can make new wires and duplicate this. We can make them instances or we can make them copies. Normally I like to make them instances first. Let's go ahead and make 5 copies of that. We have this one extra, so I'm just going to delete it out. And there we go. So now we have wires that are fitting in there. You can come in, you can make some adjustments to one, like maybe position these just a little bit differently so they don't look exactly the same. Now if you start modifying the vertices, it is going to modify the vertices of the others as well. So just be mindful of that. Now with all of those, I'm going to go ahead and change their color. Let's go to black and then apply that gray material. And whoops, let me try that one more time. Assign, and there we go. So now we have these cool little wires that we've made very quickly using splines. They're still very flexible. Even if I've made the geometry on that, I could still come in, grab those vertices, and I could change the position of them if I needed to. Now remember, it is going to change the position of the others, so just be mindful. So now we get something that looks like this, and it looks really cool. All right, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and move on into our next lesson where we're going to start building the camera parts.